Comes the concrete, boys. We're gonna do this little entranceway first. We'll tell that driver we're gonna pull in here. Get some chutes on so we can pull them right up into here. We gotta get a board on that thing. We'll do this little breezeway first, guys. That's what we're up to. Oop. Gonna be pouring this garage floor right here. Hey guys, Bondo here. So today we're pouring this little 26 by 25 garage, and there's this little breezeway here that we're doing now. We poured a 3,500 pound concrete today, guys, and had water reducer in it, and we poured it pretty thick because this garage had a 4-inch pitch in it, believe it or not, from front to back, which that's quite substantial of a pitch in a 25 foot span to pitch 4 inches. So we poured, I would say we poured it at about a 4.5 slump. I mean, it was pretty thick, but it did have the water reducer in it, which makes it a little slipperier. So, you know, it flows a little better, but it was pretty stiff, so it was a little harder to work with. But we started out in this little breezeway to get that done. We pulled the driver right in. He shot concrete right through that front door there, guys. There's my son, Big Biscuit, hitting it with the bow float. You know, we just pulled it right out quick with a 2x4, kind of a bunch of us in the way of the camera there. I'm doing this little piece here. Trevor just magged off the entrance. So we got some tubing down here, guys. So we got to wheelbarrow this corner area because we can't really fit any chutes or anything in there to shoot it with the truck. So we pulled the truck around to the back door, and we're just gonna use the wheelbarrows to fill this area in. So we got a couple guys on wheelbarrows here dumping it in, and Trevor's outside the door there magging it off. That's me in the orange shirt, bent over with the mag in my hand, and just magging off the edges. We got a chalk line around the edge, guys, and we're just magging to that chalk line. And then we'll take our screed and we'll screed across that to make sure it's flat before we won't trust that just by magging it to the line, because you could be off a little bit. So here I am magging to the line. The guy's raking off the concrete. We call them puddlers. They're just leveling it out the best they can by eye right now, trying to flatten it out. So what we did here, we hit this whole corner, and then pretty soon we're going to get them wheelbarrows out of the way and just shoot the rest of it. But that reason we did that is, like I said, we just couldn't reach there. So here we got the truck. He's got all the chutes on. I'm just kind of directing them there, telling them how much to dump, and the guys are just raking it. I had them rake it back as far as they really could, so that when we pull around to the front, we can shoot the rest right out of the front doors of the garage. So that worked out pretty good there. Underneath this concrete, guys, got radiant heat in it. As I said before, just the hot water tubing in there that they're going to run a boiler that's going to heat that water and heat their garage. And underneath that, we had a guy come in and spray foam. He spray foamed right on top of the rocks, so that sealed off and insulated it. And that's what we had here on this one. So right now, guys, I'm putting a wet pad in with my laser, and me and Danny are striking that off with a straight edge, a 16-foot straight edge. And now I'm going to take my power screed and just screed right across from the edge where the chalk line is to my wet pad. And the guys with the come-alongs, the puddlers, are just going to pull it back behind me. So those guys are important to keep that concrete knocked down. And then I turned here and pulled my way out to there. And I just fixed this little area because I didn't like it right there. Put a little bit more in. And then we set the power screed out of the way. And here I am checking it again with my laser. Got that laser, you can just check the height and make sure it's good. Big Biscuit coming in with the bow float, flattening things out. Floated off pretty nice. And here we are, guys. We got the truck around front, and we're just dumping things off here and filling in the front. Just the same process. we're magging off along the doorways, and then we're going to take that 16-footer and pull it off. There comes Danny. It's my buddy Danny with the 16-footer. Danny and I are pulling that off, making sure that's flat from the door right across. I traded spots with Danny here. I wanted to make sure I blended that good between the two pads. So we pulled that section off by hand. I got the power screed here. That's a Marshalltown Shockwave power screed, guys. I like that unit. You guys that watched my channel before, we use that thing a lot, especially when the concrete's really thick. It consolidates the stones, guys, knocks the aggregate down, makes it easier to float and get the cream up to the top. Here we are finishing up, guys, coming down through. We got the truck in the last bay here. The truck driver did a nice job filling it in. We didn't really have to do too much pulling, so that worked out pretty good. And we're just finishing up. I'm magging along the edge there, filling a couple holes I didn't like, kicking some concrete in. And that's how we did it. Here we are with the 16, flattening out the edge like I said that we do, so because we don't trust that chalk line by eye, so we're fixing it there. And just shooting the last bit in here, guys. I'm going to pull off, me and Danny pull off to the side with the 16-footer, and then I'm going to get the power screed and buzz it right out. Here we go. Danny brought the power screed in for me. Do me a favor, guys. If you like this video so far, smash that like button for me. That'll help me out a lot on YouTube. I can help people out with concrete work. We do a lot of this kind of stuff. And if you like concrete work, check out my channel, guys. I got over 100 videos on there. Alright, guys. We got the concrete in. Just waiting on it. There's about a 4-inch pitch in this floor, guys, so they're kind of a pain when they're pitched like that. You can see that angle. That's a lot of pitch for a floor that's like 26 feet deep. So Jay's stand on something. Jay's funny floating that edge a little bit, trying to flatten it out. Driver's cleaning up his truck. You can hardly see, it's so sunny out. We got the little breezeway poured. Now waiting on things. Trevor's hitting the head. That's what we're doing, guys. Try to get some footage of us power trowing it. Okay, guys, so what I'm doing here is knee boarding the edges of the floor. So I got a couple pieces of foam board, and all we're doing here is just taking a mag float. I got a Marshalltown mag float, and I'm just knocking down the aggregate and bringing up some cream and flattening it out, because when you pull it off with the screed and stuff, it leaves it a little bit rough. So once the concrete's firm enough to get on it and not leave any deep dents with your boards, you can get right up on there and just work your way around. So I'm gonna hit all the way around this, guys, and my power trowel is not gonna reach right up to the edge, so I like to go along and mag these edges real good. And as we finish this floor, we're gonna graduate from the mag float to a steel trowel and keep flattening it out. Every time it hardens up a little bit, we'll start using a different trowel. We'll go from this mag to the steel trowel. And I'm not worried about, if you notice, guys, I'm not hitting my tracks behind me. Some guys will work their way around and they'll actually smooth out their tracks behind them. But as soon as I get done with this edge, I'm going to grab my power trowel and just hit all those marks that my knee boards left real quick. So here comes the guys. Boom, they set it right in there. I'm going to start that sucker up, guys, and just hit my tracks real quick. I got combination blades on this machine, guys. This is a Whitman machine. It's an old machine. I've used it for years. The thing is great. I've had good luck with it. Probably going to buy a new one next year, but this thing has served me well. I think I paid $800 for it used, and when I bought it, it was just like brand new, and we've done a ton of work with this thing. So anyways, I'm just flattening it out, guys, going kind of across the lines that the bow float left. My son Jason, Big Biscuit, where he bow floated it, he left those lines in there, and I'm going perpendicular to them now, and I'm doing what's called a half lap, guys. I'll lap over each pass. I'll go across, and then I'll hit halfway across that again, and that flattens it out. That's just the way I do it. I like the combo blades. Some guys like the slip-on float blades. They'll slip them on and take them off. I don't know. I'm just used to these combo blades. They've always worked good for me, so that's what I like. So we're just finishing this up, guys. This first pass, I'm stepping out. Gonna park the machine for a little bit. One hit on here. It's drying real fast by the doors, like I always tell you guys. It'll dry quick by the doors. Especially this front, the sun's beating in here. So this is pretty hard in the front. Until you get in the back, it's real soft. We're sinking in pretty good back there, so a lot of fat in it. Hit number one. We're not going to be here that long. We poured it at 1 o'clock, but it's about 80 degrees today, so it's drying pretty fast. Hitting these doorways, guys. So we dug these out and they were soft, so it tapers. We want to taper right from here back to here because the door is going to sit here. So we cut this all out. I got another video. I'll link up to this one. Show you guys how to cut these doors out. But there's a nice pitch here, right there. My trowel's at an angle, so the door sits here. The water's going to run that way out. That's how we do it. Trevor's over there in the little breezeway. How's it going, bud?
Going.
You're famous today. You're on YouTube.
Oh yeah? YouTube famous?
Yep. Do your best. Everybody's gonna watch it. Then we got Jay over here putting on the mesh. We're putting the mesh and pargin on the outside here. That's what we're doing. Kind of double dipping today, guys. Getting this parge on. We're putting the scratch coat, the mesh coat. That's what we're doing there. We're putting the mesh on as we're waiting on the floor, hitting it and waiting and getting shit done. 101. Still a little soft back here. And check the front though. Getting hard up here, guys. Push a little harder on it. Right in the sun right here. Looking good, bud.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be a late day today.
No.
This warm weather and the wind blowing. Look at the breezeway. Yeah. Trevor did a decent job in here. Oh yeah. Looking good. That looks good in here. Hit her a couple more times probably, but you know, as it dries out, it's looking good though.
Okay guys, so we waited a little longer, and now Trevor's on the knee boards and he's hitting it with the steel trowel, and I'm just going along and going the opposite direction with my power trowel. We probably waited another hour from the first pass, 45 minutes to an hour, and we're just hitting it again. You know, you just keep waiting, guys, and let it dry up a little bit more, and it'll get stiffer and stiffer. And here I am half lapping, like I said, going halfway across on each pass, kind of doing perpendicular to my first pass. So guys, if you like this kind of video where I teach you how to do concrete work and show you everything I know from like 30 years of experience, go down and hit the subscribe button for me. That'll help me out. I can reach more people on YouTube, and they'll start suggesting my videos more. And we do Nudura foundations too. I know a lot of people like that. That's pretty user friendly, like a DIY type of foundation system. Check that out. And if you are a subscriber, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support and all the good questions and everything, comments and questions. If you got any questions, guys, you new guys to the channel, go ahead and leave me a message on here. I'll be glad to get back with you, answer any questions you got on anything to do with concrete or building, anything I can help you out with. And make sure you hit the bell notification too, guys. That'll tell you when we're uploading a new video.
Hit number 2, guys. Hit number 2. Big biscuit.
You're leaving that nice textured finish.
Yeah, yeah, little non-slip surface.
Yeah, nice swirls.
That's just hit number 2. Trevor's in here. How's she looking?
Looking good. I'm just getting ready to hit it again.
Hit her again, yeah. That'll be what? 3rd time you hit it?
Yeah. Yep.
Looking good. We poured that a little thicker, that little breezeway. Guys, this is that house we did on the one video where we poured the garage and the whole house. We poured the garage and the basement floor. Actually, this is coming out nice. It's kind of nice to go back to these projects after we build them and see how they look. This is how it looks. It's coming along nice. We got to do that porch probably next week. It's gonna be a nice place. Yeah, we did this garage and basement, cellar floor, everything. Come out real nice. So got a walkout on the end. Everybody keeps asking me about that waterproof, and that's spray foam, guys. That's closed cell spray foam. That's what we did. We've been spray foaming these basements. But he put a retaining wall here because there's like a creek down there, so we put these huge blocks in here so we could have a walkout basement. It's gonna be pretty nice. So we gotta parge all this over this Nudura down to that foam. We gotta parge all that in between doing concrete. And there's that porch. There's a root cellar under this porch. If you watch my video, my other video, this is a root cellar, and they Q-decked over top of it. So we're gonna pour concrete right over that Q-decking, guys. Gonna form an edge and pour it right over top of there and stampcrete it probably next week, like I said.
Okay guys, here's hit number 3 with the power trowel. So I'm going to get out there. You can tell it's getting firmer and firmer with each pass. You can see that I'm sinking in less and less. I'm wearing some flat shoes, guys. They're like for stamping concrete. They're kind of nice. You don't sink in as much, and you don't leave any foot tracks in there. So that's what I got. Those, I call them clown shoes. They're big slip-on shoes. They work great for stamping concrete. I've been using them a lot. That's what I'm doing here. Got those shoes on, and I'm just going across the opposite. You know, I'm going back to what I hit on the first pass. So I try to go every other pass, guys, and I'll change directions and do my half lap, and that just flattens out the floor a little more. And this floor, like I said, has a 4-inch pitch to it, so that's quite a bit. I'm not sure I've ever done a garage floor with that much pitch and that short of a distance, but we poured it a little thick, like I said, and it come out really nice. You'll see at the end here, and I'm gonna put together a video on how I cut this floor, guys. Stay tuned for that one. That'll come up maybe tomorrow. I'll pop this one in today, and I'll do a video on how I cut these floors. I just use a target saw and cut them. Here, guys, back to the video. I'm just hand troweling around the edge here, and where I can't reach with the power trowel, I'll just go through and hit it by hand with my I'm using a steel trowel now. You know, I transitioned from that mag. We're done with the mag. You guys that do concrete all the time know what I'm talking about, but you new guys, you know, once you get past the mag stage, you're going to go to that steel trowel, and sometimes I'll find it just easy to reach down and hit it and then grab the power trowel and hit my foot tracks right out of it. If you see, guys, I got a little bottle of water in my hand with a hole punched in it, and we do this a lot. When the concrete starts to get really hard, we'll just a little spritzer of that water will polish that floor up and bring a little bit of cream to the surface, and it just closes everything up, closes those little rock holes and stuff up. All we do is take a water bottle and take a 16 penny nail and just poke a hole in the end of it. But here I am, I jumped in hitting these doorways again, guys, in the back, and they usually dry the fastest, the doorways. The two in the front, the sun was in the front, so they dried really fast. Right about now, that front, if you look at it, that's polished out, that's shined out, but the back is still not quite ready. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just hitting the doorways, and then I'm gonna have to jump back in and, you know, blend that back to the front.
It's getting close, guys. This front's pretty much done. This is the sun's shining in here, and the back not getting any sun, so this is burned right out, this front. And then if you go over here where there's a shade spot right here, this is all still soft, so kind of a pain, but that's how they dry sometimes. You just got to chase around the shadows, guys. That's how you do it. I'm gonna hit it again here in a minute. Trevor's got that breezeway looking pretty good. This is looking good. This is all, he did all this by hand. I ain't no sense of putting a machine in here. Looks good. I'm sure they'll put some kind of flooring over it anyway, but nice and flat. Okay, guys, we got her done. There's what she looks like. Come out pretty nice. You can really see that. Whoops. You can really see that pitch, guys, on that. When you look at the ICF block there, that's when you can really see how much pitch there is to that floor. That floor is only 26 feet deep, guys. You can see the pitch. There's 4 inches of pitch in it. That's what they wanted. That's what they got. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.